No, I ain't even touching it. There, guys. Sorry about that. We're new to this, as you can probably tell. So, yeah, you guys got any questions you want to ask? You go right ahead. We're just waiting for some more booted in. We got our high octane here, keeping us good.
You're high octane.
So who we got with us for? I might have to just shut this off. Wait for a few more people because we got some something we want to bring up with bring up to you guys that we might have to break one of our own rules we go by, but we'll explain that in a little bit. Excuse me. Kara commenting, Chris. Kara's here. That's Chris's wife. Wife is here.
Hello.
So how is everybody this fine? We promise next time we won't we'll do this properly and not boot everybody off.
Hey, Dean's there.
Crazy Dean. Yeah. Hey, Black Wolf.
Hey, Black Wolf.
There you are again. Glad you stuck around. I might have to turn that off where there's light in that, or I can just leave for the comments. But
so you asked earlier what one of our craziest times were. For me, it was the Forgotten House.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the vibes going into that, or going into there.
Or remind me.
You could feel something even right at the door, and not wanting to further into the house than what you had to, but you know, when you're investigating places, you gotta kind of put everything in the back of your head. Hey, Dennis.
Dennis is here. What's up, Dennis? Another one of our big fans. Can you guys hear us okay? Let us know you can hear us okay. Have I had stuff come home with me? Oh, yeah, I have. It was actually, the video was on Nuke's top 5, the shadow figure in my it's on our Instagram and our Facebook. The video called "I Now Know What She Said," and or what she's seen. I now know what she's seen, and it'll show you. I didn't notice that until after I had rewatched it. I had already uploaded the video to Facebook and Instagram about my dog acting funny, but once I went back and watched it, that's when I seen that, whatever it was, and I posted it. Excuse me, I sent it to Nuke's top 5 to see if he'd use it, and yeah, he got back to me and used it, and we got to thank Nuke. Huge thank to Nuke's top 5 because he made our subs skyrocket over just a few months. So,
hey, Kenzie.
Kenzie, what's up, Kenzie? Yeah, just legs a little. Is it unbearable or is it doable?
I think this is what they're seeing here.
Yeah.
So it's just on a little bit of a delay.
Yeah. On our camera, it's working fine, but on we're watching it on a monitor here too, and it's kind of behind.
Yeah, as far as stuff coming home with me, I wouldn't say nothing that I've seen like through the house where I'm living at, but nightmares get kind of crazy. Just feels like there is something there, but I'm not seeing it like as I'm awake. It's more or less while I'm sleeping, and I suffer from sleep paralysis. But with that being said, it's usually the same dream over and over again of the old hag that comes charging towards the bed. She gets to the bed, and then it's like it resets, and she's back at the door. So I know that's the same thing has happened to people all around the world, and it could be happening to me too, or it could just be another symptom of my sleep paralysis. But yeah, as far as stuff coming to my house, every time we leave a location, we usually end up saying like a little prayer, or we let the spirits know that are where we are leaving, that they can't come with us and that they have to stay behind. I mean, Dave's a special circumstance. As you guys have seen, sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. But as of right now, I mean, so far so good.
So Dennis, who does your editing, really good job. Thanks, Dennis.
That's all Dave.
I do the editing. I had no editing experience before we started doing this. I just found a program I liked and kind of self-taught, thanks to a lot of YouTube videos. But yeah, we want to make our videos look clean. So yeah, I spend a lot of time. Usually spend about three days, maybe sometimes 4, after an investigation, just doing opening sequences and some of the voiceovers. The voiceover is me. I just kind of distort my voice to make it sound even deeper. But yeah, I really enjoy the editing now, and I kind of look forward to it when a video's all done. Yeah.
I want to give a huge shout out to Austin too, Dave's son, for doing our intro music.
Standing right beside us.
He is here beside us.
The internet works good.
Yeah, he's keeping the internet running for us. Things are looking a little clearer.
Yeah, we were all streaming it.
What do you guys got coming up in
I dig the name
of the show? Thank you. Let's answer the second one first. The name of the show, Ashes to Ashes, where our last name, my name's Dave Ash, and that's my brother Chris. Now, Chris got married and took his wife's last name, but we were all Ashes. The whole family's Ashes, so that's where the name came from. Yeah, we come from the Ash family. So, what better name? What do you guys have coming up? Well, we're going to talk about, there was something in the description, and I posted on social media that we had something to talk to you guys about. And it's
the show's not coming to an end.
It's not coming to an end. We're not stopping anytime soon. But we are going to have to kind of break one of our own rules to a certain extent. If we're going to keep bringing content to you guys. I'll mention it now, and then if some more people come on, I'll mention it again. So, as you know, we preach be very respectable to, if you're going to do this, and please stay safe if you do, but if you guys are wanting to do this, we always say get permission before you go into a place, and it saves a lot of headache, and you're not on edge about people finding you and stuff like that. But with that comes some places it's almost impossible to. I will scroll back up there, Dean, and look at that in a second, and I'll get Chris to answer it. It's impossible sometimes to find owners of places that are you know, have been abandoned for 30, 40, 50 years or more. And impossible to find owners. It's impossible to find people that have rights over the house, over a building. So what me and Chris are deciding is we're going to find places. We're going to make an attempt to find an owner. And if we can't find an owner, or it's impossible to find it, and we really want to do the place, we are not going to bust into it. We're not going to break into it. But if it's open, we're going to go into it. And that might come with some, you know, unwanted attention or some bad feedback from some of you guys. But if we're going to keep making the videos, you know, keep them coming more regular. That's why we're not consistent, guys, because consistency in what we're doing, I find it very hard because we both live in a small town, and there's only so many places that you can really get permission for. But like I said, we're going to be respectable, and if the time comes that we, you know, people, you know, we get in trouble or arrested, which I hope never happens, we will, you know, at least help, you know, people will know, and we can show them the videos we do, and we don't bust nothing up, we don't smash nothing, we don't, you know, do anything like that. So that's one thing we might have to start doing. We hope you guys are okay with it.
I know, Dean, where that location is. I'm pretty sure they're still running that school, but I'd have to check into it. Travel-wise, we haven't gone too far yet. Hopefully, as spring approaches, the weather gets a little better. We can make a few different trips. I know for some of our viewers from different parts of the world, as well as different parts of Canada, have never come to Nova Scotia, I wouldn't mind making a few trips around Nova Scotia just to show those viewers what our province
Maritimes is beautiful.
has. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
If you like country life, if you love the sea, it's the best place to be.
Yeah.
As far as going to Moncton, I know there's a few different places up there that I wouldn't mind getting to go see. I wouldn't mind us getting to go see. But it's just checking in and once again trying to find the owners. Again, like once you're in the city,
Hey, Nani.
then you're dealing with a lot of other circumstances other than what it would be like just to be in a small town or, you know, out in the country where there might be an abandoned house. So we have to take all that into consideration too, safety wise, and but yeah, we do have lots of locations coming up. It's just, you know, it's factoring, it's weather conditions, and it's just the times of year. So
Cost of travel.
Stay with
We
us.
got Black Wolf asked, do you have merch and how can I find it? We do not yet. We do want to start selling merch because it would greatly help us with the cost of videos, because everything now is just out of pocket. And yeah, we do want to start selling merch. So keep an eye out for that.
It's in the works.
We will let everybody know. I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, like it would help us a lot if we could start selling some merch. It would help us a lot with the travel, which goes right into the next question from Dennis. How far from home will you travel? If we were able, we would travel to every end of the earth, everywhere. If it's a place to be investigated, we want to be there. I don't care if it's here. I don't care if it's across Canada. I don't care if it's the West. I don't care if it's the UK. We would love to go, and if we will, and our channel grows, we don't plan on stopping, guys. As long as you like what we're doing, we're gonna keep going.
yeah,
We're having a ball doing this, and even though places are dangerous, it just drives us, like, you know, fearless in all these places. I know the last place we were in, the farmhouse, I wouldn't go upstairs for good reason. The Forgotten House was in really bad shape. The farmhouse was about 10 times worse. And anybody that hasn't seen that video yet, I can start looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself. Anybody that hasn't seen that that video yet, when you watch it, I do show a little bit of the kitchen area, and you can see the kitchen floor is actually in the basement, half of it. That's how bad that house was. I would really go up, and I want it to go up. I tried to go up, but once I got up there, I seen how crooked it was and how really bad it was, the floor. So, we'll do 9 times out of 10, we're going to do it. But there's that one time that it was just a little bit, it was just a little bit too much. But yeah, we'll go anywhere.
As long as there's no more raccoons.
Yeah, we don't fight with raccoons.
No.
Colton and Emily say hi, or said the old Catholic church in Springhill. Yeah.
It's funny you should mention that. We're not far from there.
Yeah, we're just we can actually look out one of our windows and see that church. That church, I'm not sure how well that would be received if we were to go in and investigate an active church. It's a beautiful church. It's a really gothic looking church. I'll take a picture of it sometime and post it on our social media so you can see. Thanks Dean, for bringing that up. Nani Hayes, one of our new subscribers. Shout out to you, Nani. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks to all the new subscribers, and we've been getting them, on a regular basis. We're happy with every one of our subscribers.
Yes.
And Chris's phone notifications are on, so every time we subscriber, I check it. Every time there's a comment, I check it. As you can see, we try to answer everybody. Yeah, you guys got some paranormal questions for us? Then shoot. Do you think you'll have any special guests allowed on the show? Absolutely.
Yes.
We were planning on doing one. Chris had a lead on
I had a
theater.
location. Yeah, I had a location. It was about 90% locked down that we were going to have this location. It didn't go through because of insurance reasons. Something that was totally out of the owner's hands as far as allowing people into the building. It would have been great. It was an old-time theater. Huge building, but because of insurance reasons, there wasn't anybody really allowed permitted into the building because it's in such rough shape. Special guest wise,
Don't drop any names yet.
yeah,
We do have some special guests that they don't know yet.
No.
People that have been with us from the start. We can't say too much. They don't know. We will surprise them, and that's not going to be the only time we do it. We just think, we're about 10 videos in, and we said after our 10th video we were going to take somebody special guest with probably 2, and do a split up, and maybe like a lone challenge or something. We'll put them through the ringer. That's for sure.
I found it's better too when you have somebody else outside of the two of us to go in to
Verify.
experience, right, to see and to feel or even interact somehow with everything that we're doing. It makes more of a believer out of them, especially if they've never experienced anything like that before.
Hey, Alan. We see
Hello,
you, buddy.
Alan.
We see you. Thanks for being here. That's another thing we want to bring up too, guys. Our video of my dog seeing the shadow figure was showcased on a couple channels, and I do go in sometimes. If I see them, I'll go in and read what people say. And I do not let negative comments. Thanks, Alan. We love you too, buddy. We do not let negative comments get to us. Really, negative comments is negative comments. No,
Can't
we
please the world.
We can't expect everybody to love us. But if there's anything that does bug us, it is when people say that we're fake. Anybody that knows us and knows when we get into this, we do not fake our footage. That's why you're not going to see constant doors slamming, and you're not going to see, all this other stuff. We film, if something doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We're going to put the video anyway. We do not fake our stuff, guys, and that was our number one rule. And we even had people that said to us, even some family members said, you know, you guys should spice up your channel and, you know, get people to slam some doors for you and hit some and do some heavy boot steps. And we're not doing it. It was flat out no. And if the family members that asked us to do that, then, you know, no disrespect, but no, we're not. So what you guys see is what you get.
Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Amelia.
What do we got? And that's why I like the show. Thanks, you. It's Amelia. Hey, Amelia. Oh, yeah, you just said there.
The Old Truro Hospital.
That's been brought up to me so many times, and I think it would be an excellent spot. It's now, that's kind of a place we would like to get permission for, just because there's probably a higher chance of getting arrested if we're being in there. But like I said, we got to start taking some chances. The Old Truro Hospital, I think there was a
videos like that feature like big buildings will probably be done in different parts. Just because there's so much to explore, like in buildings like that you can't. You know, it'd be like you guys sitting down watching a movie.
And us, and the editing part alone, if we ever go into a huge building like that, like a hospital, the editing part alone would take me forever. So I would, we'd rather bring it out in like a part 1 to part 2.
Again, for those guys tuning in, Dave does all the editing. I'm just one of the pretty faces on the channel.
Chris is the guy with the ideas. I'm always messaging him, Chris, where are we going next? Where are we going next? But we do have a couple places that we've been looking at. Hey, Samantha, we see ya. We're looking at a couple houses on the creepy side. One of the houses, the only thing we know so far is the lady that lived there up and left in the middle of the night and left everything, her car, her clothes, her belongings, her car is still sitting at the end of her driveway rotting with, you know, earth is coming up to claim it. And there must be a reason why she would just up and leave like that. So that's a house that's been abandoned, and it's actually in our town, not far from here. So we want to, that's one of the places we want to go, but we will let you guys know. What do we got, Nani? I know you don't. I wouldn't be watching if you were. Thank you. Yeah, we're not fake guys. What you see, what you get.
Collaboration.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind collaboration.
I wouldn't mind it, but we would, I think, have to find like a group of people or other investigators that were somewhat like us,
on the level,
on the up and up,
on the level, because
that don't want to go in there and don't want to make this, you know, videos for, you know, just for views,
right.
And just throw stuff in there that, you know, we feel that shouldn't be in there. We want to, like Dave said, we want to give you guys 100% of what we're seeing, of what we're feeling, nothing fake, down to earth, because that's what it should be. I mean,
hey, Daryl's.
There is no doubt. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off,
Hi,
Daryl.
Daryl.
He's been he comments and he comments on everything we do on social media. What's up, Daryl? Thanks for that too, man. You know.
The Chris Cam.
Yeah, he wants the Chris Cam back. Who wants the Chris Cam back? Because I have no problem. We have no problem bringing the Chris Cam back.
It'll come back. It's just a fact of me trying to get a bigger memory card for my wife's camera that I use.
I got one you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Kara had commented there, you guys might be able to see. I am using my wife's camera, so if I break it, I bought it.
Austin, I'm going to introduce you guys to my son Austin, because he's the one that he's the one.
Get
you
in
want to be
here.
on?
Come on, Martha.
He's the one that. What would you call it?
I gotta get some water.
What would you call that? Our new song, Dust to Dust, the one that plays at the first of every video now. My son Austin made that. Come on over and say hi, Austin. But, you know, and I've been trying to get him to start his own channel. but he did a great job. The song he called it "Dust to Dust" for us, so kind of fits ashes to ashes, dust to dust. There's Austin Ash. What's up, Austin? You guys, we're gonna try to talk him into doing his own channel.
Yeah, this isn't a meet or anything. It's just that much resemblance.
Yeah, yeah. He wishes he looked this good.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. All right, we got more questions. We're gonna try to. Kara, Chris, your wife, Dennis. No, never mind. She's not talking to us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Give a better show than Ghost. Thank you.
And Ghost Avengers. We
Well,
are big fans of
thanks.
Ghost Adventures.
We are
Um,
for certain reasons. We like
Yeah.
Ghost Adventures for certain reasons. We know it's TV,
Yeah, I'll do like the entertaining
the entertainment
part of the
is.
show.
But we do know we take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to those TV shows.
But yeah,
Kara said
I've been a
are
big
you
fan
reading
personally myself. I love those guys.
Kara said my handsome nephew.
It's great to watch. I do look forward to the new seasons that come out for them. But yeah, great entertainment. Love it.
But yeah, we're real guys.
Yeah, we do
For
things a
real.
little different.
Yeah. What do we miss? Dennis. Now is you guys are better. Well, I'm glad that makes us feeling good. That makes us feel good, Alan. Though when you say stuff like that, because we weren't sure how the public was going to take us, how the viewers, if we were going to get any viewers, because I've watched other, urban explorations and channels, and a lot of them guys are younger. They're full of energy. They're just, they're very flashy guys, and I like a lot of them. And I do like watching them, and that's what made actually gave me the, the want to start my own channel. But I knew it wouldn't be the same because we're not jumpy and flashy. But I'm glad you guys like it. And now that we know that you like it, we're not going to stop doing it because we love doing it. And we love the feedback. The feedback has been amazing. All of our comments have been amazing. The views have been amazing. So yeah, yeah. So what do you say?
Hello, Jade.
Hey, Jade.
Now you can go to bed.
Now you can go to bed.
I also want to give a huge shout out to Dave's daughter Brienne for designing our, what would you call it?
Our spotter logos.
Yeah, the spider logos.
She draws them. She hand draws our spotter logos for us.
If any merch does come out later on down the line, you guarantee that those spider logos will be on there. But again, that's something for the future. Keep an eye out.
So we still got some time, guys. You guys want to ask us anything about paranormal, any videos specifically? Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, I'll let her know. She is here, but I think she's in the room watching TV.
Are there any questions
Any
you
questions
guys
about
would
any
like,
videos we did, or
like us to ask
anything?
maybe the spirits in the future when we go on to our investigations? Something that we can keep in mind. I mean, we do ask. Well, I should say, somewhat the same questions while I'm using the app. But I mean, we get great response back with them, and with the apps that we use, it's weird because it's the same. It's the exact same app. Nothing's changed on it, but every location that we go to, we are getting either different voices. We will get sounds that I haven't heard any other time come across. The screams, the yells, a lot of it again once we are watching the videos back, because I see them basically the same times that you guys see them too. So when I'm watching it back and listening, I start picking up on all the stuff that I missed the entire time that I'm there, and half the time I'm thankful because of that, because I know some of the stuff, if I heard it myself, I probably want to leave then and there. But
even in editing, when I'm editing, I miss stuff all the time, and that kind of leads into the question from Alan Poe. What is the craziest apparition you've ever seen? Well, it's kind of funny because there's two answers to that. The craziest apparition I've ever seen actually was before we ever did YouTube. One of our old places, every time I would turn out the kitchen light, there was a shadow person standing in front of my window. I haven't told too many people that, to the point that I'd stop going in the kitchen at night. But as for apparition, other than what Nala, my dog's seen, would have to be our latest video we just did,
Yeah.
the farmhouse.
Yeah.
We caught something in the window that, and again, I didn't catch it on my computer screen because my computer screen, the
That was
brightness is down.
Yeah.
But when me and my wife watched it later on, we watched it on the PlayStation on the bigger screen, we caught it. And I'm not going to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but watch our latest video of the ominous haunted farmhouse. And it's towards the end. And just keep an eye on the windows. That's probably the craziest thing we picked up that we noticed. There's probably still some stuff that we haven't noticed, and you guys point out all the time.
Yeah. At that farmhouse, seeing upstairs, like that little head upstairs in the window.
You just told me.
What's that?
I said I wasn't going to ruin it for them. You just told them.
Oh.
You didn't hear that.
I was thinking about what I seen. It's just anyway. I'll drop that one.
People want to know how Gail's doing too.
Gail.
I was talking to Gail. Just when was that? I'm just asking my wife. Nancy, we seen her about 4 days ago, and we seen her on Main Street there in.
Yeah, I see that, Gail.
She is doing great. Everything has pretty much come to an end. All the stuff she was going through. She's actually commented on her video on here too, about how she's doing, and she's constantly thanking us on Facebook. Yeah, that's right. My wife just reminded me when we were talking to her the other day. She let us know that her next door neighbor has been starting to experience things. So we're kind of wondering if whatever it was at her place jumped next door. He said he might give us a call. So if that happens, you guys are going to see it.
That's one place I do want to go back to.
Yeah. But we've kept contact with Gail. We constantly, she messages us all the time, let us know how she's doing. But yeah, she's doing great. I grew up in that is very, very, very cool.
You had no limits on where you could go, how much money, permission. No money or permission limits. Where would you go? Me personally, I want to go to Bobby Mackey's Music World.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be a dream to be there. Yeah.
For me, it's the Conjuring House, which isn't super far from here. The Conjuring House. Yeah, for sure. Everything's been with Gail. We just answered the Gail question. Alan Poe, I grew up as very, very haunted. Yeah, if you grew up in a haunted place, some people don't understand, and it's hard to explain to people that just don't believe it. We've dealt with that all our lives. A lot of stuff we just keep to ourselves because people just don't want to hear it, and just the smirks and the yeah rights and all that stuff. We save it for you guys. We'll let you guys in on everything. We don't hide nothing from you. Back in the States where I grew up, it was very haunted right next to the graveyard. Yeah, I can see why that.
We have a huge graveyard here in Springhill. And again, I wouldn't mind investigating graveyards, but there's that certain aspect of respect that, again, comes into play. And, again, that's where people do leave their loved ones to rest peacefully. So.
We've been asked to do graveyards. We're just a little hesitant on it. Yeah. We might do, if we ever do a graveyard, it's going to have nothing to do with the graves. It's going to be to see if there's any activity. We're not going to look at a grave and call anybody out. It'll probably be just more like a walkthrough. We don't want to disrespect anybody, and especially in the small town where we live, you just never know what people are gonna think. Do you think you'll set up a Patreon? Yes, we started one, but we haven't made it official because we
Still
we
trying to
we don't
afford a
have we don't
budget.
think we have enough value to warrant you guys, paying us a monthly fee, a couple dollars a month. We want to wait until we have some value to give you. Maybe some, might start doing some live videos over there if people want to see us over there. We did think about doing a blooper reel because there's a lot
you
of
guys
them.
want to see some bloopers?
Yeah, we thought about putting that on a Patreon, but yeah, we do. That would help us big time, Alan. Absolutely, that would help us big time in funding gas and if we're out of town somewhere to stay, it would help us a lot. But yeah, just we'll announce that. You guys got to follow us on social media if you can. The links are in the description of the videos, and we post a lot of what we're doing, what's coming up, and stuff like that. You guys want to head over there and just start following us there. That'd be awesome. Chad Coates got a question. What about Fort Beausejour?
You plan on going
Can
back?
go back? Yeah, if you want us to.
I would love to go back. Seeing again with my own eyes there and not through a camera lens.
The lanterns.
The lanterns, the stuff like the dogs running by.
Yeah.
When you walked, again, like in the video towards the end, when we walked to a certain location in the fort, the static electricity had just built up going through you as you stood in that certain area. It was just unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And you could feel that there was stuff around you.
Even though
Yeah,
we're the
yeah.
only two there, it felt like there was a crowd.
Yeah.
It just felt like it.
And even to have like the pictures and stuff of like the lanterns going up the hill, just seeing that with your own eyes and being able to capture that on camera was just amazing.
And you guys can see what Chris took pictures that night.
Yeah.
And we did post them on our.
I'm pretty sure they're on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think on our
Yeah,
Facebook page.
they are on Facebook about.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys want us to go back to the Fort Beausejour, we definitely will. That was a good time. Caught my best stuff ever at the fort. Wish I still had it. The phone was lost. Yeah, I would love to have seen what you caught. And that's another thing we welcome too, guys. If you guys on our Facebook page, if you click on community, you will find a closed group that you can ask to join, and we want to hear everybody's own personal stories. And we keep it a closed group because I know not everybody wants, you want to feel comfortable in our clique. But if you want us to make it public on our page, the main Ashes to Ashes page, we can post it. And we have, matter of fact, Daryl Kale, one of the guys on here now, we posted one of his, and what a story. Yeah, so you guys we want to hear other people's. We don't just want to deal with their own. We want to hear what other people have to say, and sometimes that turns out to be a lead to where we can go. I just want to see more videos pushed out. That's all.
Yeah, we
Us
want to
too.
see them pushed out too.
Us too. We will. Before we go to the next question, I will say it again. At the first of the video, we were saying how we might have to change things up a little bit, guys. Really quick. One of our main rules was get permission. Well, when we find these places that have been abandoned for so long, it's almost impossible to get permission. They've just been forgotten. The owners have passed on or moved on, and some of those are the good places, that makes good content for you guys. And so chances are we're going to start, if we're going to try to get permission. If we can't get permission, we're not going to break in anywhere. But if the place is open and accessible, we will go in and start doing videos because we want to keep rolling the content out to you guys too. Hopefully nobody gets hurt or not hurt, but disrespected. We don't give locations out or anything, and unless they ask us to. But we're gonna just have to start. We see a place. We'll make an effort to find an owner. If we can't find an owner, we're going to do it anyway because we want to keep getting these videos. We got to get these videos out and more often, so you guys have more to. And that's what the biggest thing is with us. not being consistent like every week. A lot of guys every week, but sometimes you'll see they do the same places over and over. We don't want to do that all the time. The videos are great, mind you, but we're not popping them out every week or every few days just because it's so hard to, get permission to these places. So we're going to have to start skipping on some of the permission and, respectively
Yeah.
entering these places.
'Cause we go into places like we're not going in there to break anything. We
No.
take our
And
time
you
going through to
guys know
make
that.
sure that the place is left the way that it was when we got there. We don't take nothing. I advise anybody who were to do this to leave the locations the way that you found them.
Yeah. Didn't
Just
leave
makes
anything
it-
but footprints.
Right. It makes it easier for anybody else wanting to experience maybe the same stuff that we've experienced, to be able to get into these places if people know that you're leaving them respectfully.
Dennis asked, are you always by yourself or are others waiting at your car for you to come back? No,
by ourselves.
we're always by ourselves.
And there were times.
We jump in the truck and we go.
Yeah.
No one's ever waiting. I wouldn't want anybody to wait for us, really, because
I do check the back seat though before I get in, so
yeah,
you never know.
we're usually, even though our videos are only about a half an hour, or 40 minutes or whatever, or we're usually there on scene for about an hour and a half, and I wouldn't want anybody to have to sit in the car, especially in our Canadian winter, and sit and wait for us. Alan's taking over, is he?
Thanks for joining us, Alan.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Join
Thank
us
you.
next time, buddy.
Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, crazy. Yeah, my girlfriend met the Grim Reaper at the hospital. Can't say the name, but you guys know. Wow, that would be. Yeah, that'd be pretty
That'd be
crazy.
an experience.
Yeah. Well, I hope it wasn't there for her. I don't even want to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah. Wow. I don't even. Peace, love, and chicken grease from the Knoxville. Okay, gotta go pick up the wife. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for being here, Alan. Thank you very
Knoxville,
much.
Tennessee. So you were getting out there, different places of the world.
Karen, there's Samantha. Hey, Samantha's out here now. You guys are doing awesome. I'm trying to look around my phone, guys. Got the
Can't wait for
monitor
the
up.
next video.
Can't wait for next video. Us too. We're hoping we get we can push it out here soon. And the house that that's bugs me every time I drive by it. I think we're just gonna do it because I can't find who owns it, and that's the house I was talking with. The girl up and left everything, and her car is still. I'll show you it in the video. If the car is still there when we do the video, her car is just sitting out back. Has been sitting there forever, just rotten. She even left that up and gone and didn't tell anybody why. So hopefully that's the next place we get into. So what we got? Dean, Dean. I hope she was okay. I hope. Yeah. I don't know. I just still don't know how to respond to that. What Dean said about the Grim Reaper. A bigger YouTuber explorer reached for a joint adventure. Would you like to work with who?
For myself, not to cut Dave off.
No. I'll tell him.
There's a YouTuber out there. He lives in his own house, and his house itself is haunted. To be able to do a video with him, I think would be an amazing experience. And that's I'm trying to think of his name now. Ghost of
Caramel, Maine.
Caramel, Maine.
Kent.
His name's Kent. You guys should check out his channel as well. The stuff that he's catching in his house.
Crazy.
The shadow man that lives in his house that he gets on camera is just insane.
No. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Would love to do a video there with him.
It would be. Myself, there's a couple people, and the people for me is the people that kind of motivated me to get a hold of start this channel. A fellow Canadian, you guys, if you watch this stuff a lot, you probably know. It's his name's Mo Sargi. Sergi love to do something low, and he can. I know he can withstand the cold temperatures up here. So, huge fan of Omar Gosh TV. Omar Gosh TV. Those are the main two guys that motivated me to start the investigation stuff. Yeah, I could probably go on for about 4 or 5 more, but those are 2 big ones. Yeah. Did Nuke's Top 5 reach out to you? That's cool to be seen on his channel. I actually sent the video to him expecting no response of our dog seeing that shadow, and I expect it. I keep looking that way because that's the hallway it happened, and he responded back to me and said he was going to use a video and asked me for if there's any backstory to the house or why I might have seen that. And I did tell him that I believe it followed me home from Gail's house, from Gail. No, Sergeant, Mo wanting to do maritime. Well, it'd be nice if Mo did some maritime. There's a lot of places here. There's no shortage of places if you want to travel around the Maritimes. We want to branch out further than what we've been doing, but there's no shortage of places like Halifax and.
There's a place we've been trying to get to. A lot of Maritimers know about it. We're still trying to find some background information on it. It's a place called Helltown. And if we can get there sometime in the future, would love to. It's like an old settlement, way out in the woods, down this back dirt road. And that would have to be like a springtime kind of thing with the amount of snow that we get.
Yeah.
But just the name itself throws curiosity out there of, just wanting to go to find out what's going on there.
What's that say? She is, lady in white. She's a lady in white, a World War I soldier, as well as some of her stories are wild. I bet you they are. We had to. Dean, Crazy Dean, he doesn't live that far from us. He actually lives in the same town Chris does. Like to get together with you, Dean, and go over some stories. Maybe we could get some leads from you and wife,
Yeah.
and get some places. What was I going to say? I forget. Keep the questions coming, guys. We got a little bit more time.
One of the fun videos that we got to do, like on our very first, it's kind of like a first live stream, a mini session from the Dorchester jail. That place in itself was crazy to, be able to do that, to do the jail itself. If you're ever in Dorchester or around the area, highly recommend going. You can stay there.
Oh, got a shadow.
Stay there overnight.
Yeah,
they do have a Facebook page too.
It's an Airbnb. You can stay at that Dorchester jail that we were at.
Being in the room where we stayed, I found was like the safest room in there. Now going out and exploring the jail itself, that was really creepy, especially at night.
And if you want to stay, you get to stay in a jail cell.
Yeah,
that's the rooms.
Check that video out of ours. Again, I know one of you guys had mentioned before in a comment that doing like 30-minute challenges, where we're in a room by ourselves. Depending upon the location, some places like the abandoned house, 30 minutes in there by yourself it's tiny. So,
but we will do some.
Yeah, there's not very many places to go. But as we get into like the bigger locations where there are more rooms and it's a little bit safer to walk around, a little bit more solid, would love doing that.
Yeah.
Lights out challenges, again. Some places, some places I wouldn't mind going during the day, and then possibly returning at night.
Yes.
See if the level of activity changes between daytime and night.
The Grove Cottage. Not sure if I heard of that one.
Who wrote that?
Chad Coates. What about the Grove Cottage? Where's the Grove Cottage at?
I'm not sure what that is myself.
Not either. But hey, if it's a place you guys think we should go, then I say yes, just about everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There are some places that we have come across, like Kara said there, while we were geocaching. A lot of them are just foundations now.
Oh, it's in Amherst.
Oh, the museum in Amherst.
I'll have to look into it. Oh,
That's the one right on Church
oh,
Street.
yes.
I've been wanting to get there too, actually. I've never ever been in that museum,
Neither have I.
but yeah, I've been wanting to go for the longest time. If they would let us go in to do an investigation, that would be awesome. I'd be all for it, like in a heartbeat. I mean, considering it's only like a 5-minute walk from my house, but
And one thing too, people have asked us about different locations. You guys should do this, and you guys should do that. One thing that kind of slows us from doing those are the fact that we like to do ours alone, so there's no contamination. There are some businesses that still run that would probably let us do our investigations, but they wouldn't just hand over the keys. We would have, there would be other people there, and we don't, and just no contamination is just more.
yeah, if we can be in
better.
there alone,
Yeah,
that's it's more authentic for you guys as well. For just do anything if anything happens that it's not either one of us. Like anytime if we're doing a video and I step on something or Dave steps on something that's making a noise, we'll let you guys know that it was
to
us.
point that out. Yeah,
Because again, it's keeping it real with you guys to let you know that if we mess up somewhere in the video, we don't want you guys thinking that oh, it could have been a spirit or something that we added in. We want you guys to know that this is what happened. This is the reason why it happened.
Any daytime vids or all nights.
I love daytime videos.
Chris loves them. I love being really creeped out, so I'm on the dark side of the videos. But yeah, we can do more daytime if you guys would like to see the daytime. It's a lot safer.
Yeah.
And we always say, listen, if a place is haunted, it's haunted from 24 hours. It's not just haunted at night. And it doesn't even have to be haunted. There's a lot of places that are just creepy that we'd like to show you. And even though we're about 90% on the paranormal, we still got that 10% that we want to just still explore. But yeah, we can start doing some daytime stuff for sure if you guys want to see it.
We did go back to
The Forgotten House.
was it the Fun House?
What,
That's,
the one that we
yeah,
called it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forgotten House.
We went back to the Forgotten House to redo, well, not redo, but to make another video just as a return video. Being out there the second time, things did not feel right.
We're going to go back. We are going to go back.
We have to go back. And
we went out right around bear hibernation season, and the back of the house is wide open, and we didn't want to we went out in the dark, and we didn't want to walk into anything that was gonna
the first time,
anything with teeth that's gonna attack us.
Yeah, the first time there for me going in, I wouldn't call it welcoming, but it was like the feeling that I got was like something was in there basically saying, okay, it's another person here just to check this out. They'll be here and then they're gone. Going out the second time felt like whatever was in that house or whatever is in that house was like, I'm not welcoming you back.
Yeah, we've seen enough of you.
Like, do not come back in here.
But I am bound and determined to get a second video out there. I don't force Chris. I don't tell him, Chris, we're doing. I ask him if there's a certain spot. If it's too much, we won't do it. But there hasn't been too many of those. We usually do just about everything. Every time I say, even when it came to Gail's place, I told him the consequences. I'm saying, I'm sure, if you don't want to, it's up to you. And he messaged back, can't wait, let's do it.
I didn't make it for the second one, guys. Going through a little bit of health issues. That's why I couldn't make it. Just fill you in quickly. I have Crohn's disease that I suffer from. So right now it's in an active state. So it's a balancing act on when I can get out to do some stuff and when I can't get out. Anybody suffering from it or knows about it would understand why. It's another reason kind of why videos don't get out there as much as they should right now. That's kind of a bad on my part. I wasn't able to go to Gail's place. I did have 2 things booked that night. I had to cancel both things, both events. I wish I could have been there for part 2. I'm trying my hardest not to miss any more. I don't plan on missing anymore.
But life's going to happen if it happens.
That's
right?
life.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But yeah, we were gonna. I saw Moj Sargi's name, curious why, and Chad answered it. Yeah, it was just about someone asked who we'd like to, if we had the chance to collab with somebody that's bigger than us. And we just dropped a couple names, and Mo's name was one of them.
Yeah.
Fellow Canadian. Raccoons, no problem. Solution, bear mace. Yeah, that's true. We don't. That's another thing, guys. We don't carry.
tiny, though.
We don't carry weapons with us.
No.
We keep saying we'd like to, and we just kind of all gung ho to do a video. We don't take anything with us. And thank you, not him, please. No. Anybody in Canada, or if you guys are in Canada, you know our weapon laws are a little bit gray. And if you carry any type of weapon here in Canada, and you can't even say just in case, because saying just in case shows that there's a chance of intent on you using it. If you carry a weapon here, it has to be for either bushwhacking or you have to have a good reason. You can't say it's for protection. That's the kind of a gray area we have here in Canada. Not the greatest, because it's kind of hard to protect yourself, but our safety does come first, even though we should be carrying some type of.
I would mind a machete.
I do have a nice machete. Yeah, we should start carrying something because we don't know what we're going to run into. Will you guys set up super chat for your lives soon? We would love to, but YouTube rules are we're halfway there to being eligible. You need 1,000 subscribers, and you need 4,000 watch time hours on your videos within 12 months, and we are not there yet.
We're still trying to grow.
Yes. Once we have that 4,000 hours, we'll be able to put super chats on our live streams, which will be great.
Yeah. We want to give you guys great videos.
Yeah.
To watch, and like we said, as real as they can be, as raw as they can be.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, we do have bloopers that you guys could see, and some, 8-12 times we're trying to do an opening.
Well, you'll be soon. As soon as we can, we'll put them on. Any help we get from you guys, we are so humble, and we appreciate anything when we start. When you guys can and are willing to start supporting us, we're not going to sit and beg for it. That's not us. But when you guys are willing to maybe help us, that it's going to go back into what we're doing and bring bigger and better videos. Myself, I'm hoping to, because I'm limited to, and this is not a self-pity thing. I just want you guys to know that I carpenter by trade. I had to give it up because I injured my knee years ago in the military, so it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point where I can only do so much at a time now. So I'm actually hoping one day, and I think Chris is too, that this might be something we would be willing to do full time. That's how much dedication we have into doing this. We want to do it all the time, full time. As long as we got you guys viewing them and watching them, we're going to keep doing them. And hopefully it does turn into something full time for us later on. And we're not going to you know, we're not going to lie about that. We're not going to sugarcoat it. It's hopefully one day that's what we'll come to. But the point is, make videos for you guys. It's just all about we're having so much fun, so much fun. So up to, I'm still trying to read behind my phone, guys. I'm just going to slide that over. Man, you will be at one. We're actually over 1,000 subs. Yeah.
1,300.
1,300 and some odd.
Probably some change there.
Yeah, but we're not at the 4,000 watch time hours yet.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's what we're
coming.
doing. Yep.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and
That's right. That's right. And
we appreciate
we
everybody.
appreciate all of these. We can't stress that enough. I know it sounds so cliche, but we're telling everybody when we get subscribers, hey, the family, look, hey, we got this person. I go on, and when I get a notification from a new subscriber, I'll tell my wife or saying, hey, this person just subscribed to us. This person, they hear it all the time. They're probably getting sick of me saying it, but that's how much it means to us when you guys subscribe and like our stuff, and it means the world because we actually went into this thinking, you know, are we gonna, you know, are we gonna make content that people want to watch? And so far so good, and it warms our hearts to know that you guys want to see it and are enjoying what we say. But like I said, before we wrap this up, we're about an hour in, a little over an hour in. Remember, guys, you can trust our content. We're not going to BS you. We're not going to video edit. The only thing I edit in our main content, main video, is I cut to preserve time. Anything like if I'm changing a battery or if we're walking and nothing's being said, I will edit that out to make our videos not long and boring. It's the only videos, and sometimes I'll put in some jump scare
I just remembered something.
jump scare stuff if we see something, just to, because we know some, and I do it too. I watch someone's video and my eyes are peeled and I'm focused on the video, and then a jump scare, it gives me that extra jolt. I enjoy jump scares, and as long as you guys, I'm gonna put them in. But other than that, you're not gonna see any fake footage.
Do you have your light?
Dennis loves the jump scares. One.
Your new one?
It's over in our ghost kit there.
I was gonna say just to get it out to show them how it rolls, how to turn it on.
Oh,
and
yeah,
off
yeah.
Because of the last video there.
Jump scares get my wife every time. Yeah, they get me. I even know that they're coming when I put them in the video, and they still get me because I watch all of our videos. I watch them once. I don't usually go back and watch them again unless someone points something out. Then I always go back and look at it. But we usually sit on the couch, my wife and I, and we'll sit and watch the video because she doesn't see them until after they're ready. And there's sometimes I'll know they're coming, the jump scares, and there's sometimes I will forget I put them there, and I jump just as much as anybody else would. But other than that, yeah, there's not going to be any. There's no phony stuff. There's no behind the scenes people. It's just us. The only time we'll have anybody that's not just us is when we take a special guest.
No, and we're thankful that you did come across our page as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of her, just to prove that I know what I always pay attention to our subscribers. Nani's one of our new ones.
Nice.
Yeah. Jump scares me. Okay, that's the one thing I like about you guys. You don't BS it around. No, we don't, Samantha. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. For going distances, my girlfriend is willing to help support by driving you guys even as far as Cape Breton. Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to take you up on that, Amelia.
Yeah.
You know I will.
Yeah, if she can stand us for that long.
Yeah, that's a 5-hour drive.
And I just
One
said,
way.
we just told people that no one goes with us
Yeah.
and sits in the car. That would be our first time.
You're going to have to sit at Tim Hortons and wait for
Yeah.
us.
We don't want anybody around. We don't want any contamination. No, but thanks for that. So, yeah, I guess we will start wrapping things up. It's been an hour. We appreciate all you guys being here. And if you guys know anybody that would like, what we do, pass it along. It's not for everybody, we know, and some people love it a lot, so pass it along. And what's she saying? It's nearly I put up with Dean. You guys will be a breeze. I will gladly go to a local coffee shop and wait.
Next Q&A.
That's something I like to do. That is something I like to do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Because that's controlled. We can do that whenever we want.
And we get to interact with you guys
Yes,
too.
this was fun. I'm so
get-
glad we did this.
Yeah,
We had a ball.
new ideas you guys might want to throw out to us that we can get in real time.
You were fantastic and everything will work out. Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
Yeah. That we can.
Once a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like
Again, you can find us like on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We also have like our own personal pages too.
Monthly
Questions
would
and
be cool.
stuff you can send through. We do keep track of all that stuff too. I will go on, Dave probably more than me.
I'm never off of it. I'm constantly
So when he
on
sees
Facebook.
them, like he'll let me know.
Yeah.
But I will check it periodically too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love, I love the Q&As.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I love the
we
live
did this.
interaction.
Yeah.
With you guys, and
It's one thing talking in the video to the camera, and I do picture. See, that's the funny thing when I make a video, I actually picture when I'm looking at the camera, I'm picturing you guys. I'm picturing in my head all you
am
guys
too.
watching. It's like I'm carrying these around with me.
I just laugh too much. I
Yeah,
can't
Chris.
keep my giggles.
Chris
under
gets the
control.
giggles. You'll notice that some of the first of our videos, Chris got a big smile on his face.
I'm trying to be serious,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work out that way.
We usually
guys.
say "Welcome back to Ashes" about 6-7 times before
Yeah.
we get one that Chris isn't laughing in. Okay, but no. Once again, guys, thank you for everything. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. The descriptions are down.
all
The links are in the description.
Yeah.
Let's go 3 a month. 3 a month. Wow. They'd probably get sick of us if we did it 3 a month.
I don't like to talk.
I'd
that
get sick
much.
of me. But yeah, we will start doing them. If you guys want them, we'll start doing them on a daily basis. Yeah, on a monthly basis. Austin, stop.
Yeah.
Just loves to keep them coming. Hats off to the ones helping with the vids. Awesome. It's all family. Everybody that's involved.
Yeah.
The logos are hand drawn by my daughter. The opening song, Dust to Dust, by my son Austin. I have another daughter that makes sure that I don't miss anything on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Shout out to Tyra.
Tyra, my youngest daughter. Yeah, it's all family. There's no one outside of our family that has their hands on anything we're doing.
And shout out to our wives for letting us,
Yes.
get away
Our
with
wives are
taking the
driving us
time
crazy.
away.
And just a little
It's like care of us.
little secret. There's a lot of stuff that happens in our place, in this house right here we're in. For the longest time, my wife kept saying, "You're not investigating here." Well, I almost have her convinced. And if we do an investigation here, we'll let you all know. But if we do an investigation here, we will do a live, uncut investigation here. If I can keep her on the path of let me do it. But what we got here now? Just
Shout out to my kids too. All my kids watching. Samara, Ben, Aaliyah, Coraline, Blair, Kira.
what's up, guys? Yeah, he's got a
Love
house
yous
full
all.
too. That would be fantastic. Thanks, Mary.
Oh, and the new baby too. I got a new baby on the way.
Yes. Kira, enjoy a break sometimes.
Oh, she does definitely.
So, yeah,
Thanks,
I think
guys.
that would that pretty much sums up everything. If you guys want to ask us anything, send us a message on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, don't matter which one. I usually get back to everybody. So, Dean's busting the seam. So thank you guys again. We, like I said, we will when the merch comes out, we'll start doing merch. If people are interested, we'll Patreon will come near in the future sometime
Once the bugs are
when
worked out.
when we make it worth worth you guys' time, and more videos to come.
Yes.
So you guys have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Get your hone on, guys.